Question.
I'm interested in intent. So I've heard you say before, maybe a few times, that one of the, as an example, important ways to be able to lucid dream is to set an unbending intent. And it's not 100% clear to me what intent is or where it comes from, if it's different than a
Well,
thought.
actually, it's something I took from the Hechiceros and described it in the Don Juan series that was written by Carlos. And I just found that that's a very straightforward description of what is required in this work, which is unbending intent, right? And in this world, by the way, if you know where you're going and you use unbending intent, you're not going to be stopped. I mean, it's just so unusual for somebody to go into something with their whole heart, their whole mind, their whole body, their whole all of their spirit, right? And to do it like you mean it, like your life's at stake, which it is, right? And so that's what it just means. That, and it just means unwavering. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to wake up. There's no question. That's what the most important thing in my life. And some of those qualities are required for this work. And many people think that it's kind of a part-time, oh, well, I'll just kind of do it in, when I feel like it. Well, you can do that, but you can also waste a life. And if you just look at the numbers, most people end up wasting their life because the purpose of life is to wake up. Follow up?
Yes, I have a follow-up to that. So I've played around with this intent thing before waking up when I read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but
I know of him. He's the guy who needed a distributor for all the, back in the 80s, there were a bunch of business motivators.
yeah, he's kind of like the prototypical. Well, I mean, there are ones before him, but he's kind of the
They named the company after him.
right.
Okay. No, I'm not
So
familiar with him at all.
okay, well, all you need to know is sort of like a manifestation guru, except for the business century, the 20th century. And a lot of it is setting an intent. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into business and make $5 million in 3 years or achieve any
Yeah,
sort of thing.
the 3 year
And then
part. Yeah, I don't know about the 3 year part, but the other part, yeah, could work.
being unwavering.
Yeah, unwavering.
When I tried some of that stuff, uh, which was elucidating because he puts a huge emphasis on thoughts being your whole, your view of reality.
It's your reality and it's your
Right.
experience of reality. I mean, it's great stuff in some of these old guys, back from the
Yes.
50s and 40s and 30s and even 20s. But there's so much sifting to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in easy to read language, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I'll keep going. I kind of want
Right.
to put an ad out for them.
Yeah, I recommend some of it. It was definitely instrumental.
Okay.
But when I was working on that and my understanding of intent, he talks about like working yourself up almost into like a hot rage or something like that. Like, I'm going to get this thing done. I'm going to accomplish this thing, which made it to me seem like there's emotionality in building up an intent. When you're so certain, I'm going to wake up, this is the one thing, it's life or death. Is there supposed to be a lot of emotionality to that? Or is there more of a placid, tranquil intent is what you're talking about? Or does it not matter?
Again, this is why I return to the Naguals, right? What did they say? Sweet, ruthless, and kind, right? Is it something like that? Or kind, ruthless, and sweet?
Mm-hmm.
That does that help?
That does help.
It's got to be ruthless towards yourself. The war is on, right? If you're going to get
Mm-hmm.
anywhere, and the war is with your own mind. Now, some of it's unconscious, okay, for now. But you have to be ruthless. Now, you don't want to be brutal. You need to be sweet, right? And you need to be generous, a little kind, right? But ruthless nonetheless, and with unbending intent. So these guys, I like their formulation was brilliant, right? And so Gennaro and that group, they're I'd like to meet them someday. They're probably dead by now, but yeah, unbending intent that is ruthless, but a little sweetness. Or sweetness. The whole thing is about love, right? So you can't really get all worked up into just the warrior mode. Although you may have to, warriors have to kill sometimes, right? Oh, hideous thought. And so the ruthlessness, and then a little kindness and a little sweetness too, because and just do it, I guess, is the most important thing.